Willpower is to the mind like a strong blind man who carries on his shoulders a lame man who can see. Sleep is the interest we have to pay on the capital which is called in at death. And the higher the rate of interest and more regularly it is paid, the further the date of redemption is postponed. Steel your sensibilities so that life shall hurt you as little as possible. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall gain easily what others have labored hard for. Be careful whom you associate with. It is human to imitate the habits of those with whom we interact. We inadvertently adopt their interests, their opinions, their values, and their habit of interpreting events. In old age, we all regret not having killed laziness in ourselves. When we blather about trivial things, we ourselves become trivial, for our attention gets taken up with trivialities. You become what you give your attention to. In anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. The bravest sight in the world is to see a great man struggling against adversity. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. Confine yourself to the present. Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours. Sometimes you must yield in order to win, and sometimes maintaining a low place leads you to win. Pride and excess bring disaster for man. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. Try your best to be to others as you would wish to be treated yourself, and you will find that this is the shortest way to benevolence. Longing is the agony of the nearness of the distant. He who hasn't tasted bitter things hasn't earned sweet things. Nothing is so difficult as not deceiving oneself. You can't think decently if you're not willing to hurt yourself. People know what they do. Frequently they know why they do what they do. But what they don't know is what they do does. Women wish to be loved not because they are pretty or good or well-bred or graceful or intelligent, but because they are themselves. Time is but the space between our memories. As soon as we cease to perceive this space, time has disappeared. Love ceases to be a demon only when he ceases to be a god. I am struck by how sharing our weakness and difficulties is more nourishing to others than sharing our qualities and successes. Many people are good at talking about what they are doing, but in fact do little. Others do a lot, but don't talk about it. They are the ones who make a community live. When we love and respect people, revealing to them their value, they can begin to come out from behind the walls that protect them. People cannot accept their own evil if they do not at the same time feel loved, respected, and trusted. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Man needs difficulties. They are necessary for health. Loneliness does not come from having no people about one, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to oneself, or from holding certain views which others find inadmissible. Life really does begin at 40. Up until then, you are just doing research. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. Man can endure the hardest trials if he sees meaning in them. The whole difficulty lies in creating that meaning. Don't hold on to anyone who's leaving. Otherwise, you won't meet the one who's coming. Doubt isn't the opposite of faith. It is an element of faith. The first duty of love is to listen. The courage to be is the courage to accept oneself, in spite of being unacceptable. Health so far outweighs all other blessings of life, that a truly healthy beggar is happier than a sick king. Hope in reality is the worst of all evils, because it prolongs the torments of man. No one can construct for you the bridge upon which precisely you must cross the stream of life. No one but yourself alone.